I mean, it's live right now. So.
Oh, okay. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of Cultivated Ignorance. I am Will, the host.
I am Mike, the actual host.
Motherfuckers come back. Motherfuckers come back from a little trip.
Bro, we're not going to repeat what
Yeah,
you said when I first got back. We're not going to.
What about your mama?
See,
I'm telling you, boy, me and mama had a good little time, boy.
well, we almost had to cancel the show.
No, we didn't.
I almost caught a body. First night back. First day back. I was happy to see this nigga. I was like, hey, bro, I ain't seen you in 2 weeks, bro. How you been, baby? He was like, no, man, just get back to fuck your mom.
That's not exactly what I said, but
it was worse, far worse.
It was close.
Terrible.
Anyways, man, how was the trip?
It was beautiful, man. I can't wait to talk about it.
Nigga cheesing it. Nigga said, what brand new, man?
I only got 3 babies on the way now.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money. That's the real part. I'm actually broke right now.
That shit blew your pockets out?
Shit blew my pockets out. But
good thing you got paid today, bro. I know you get paid, bro.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay, all right, we good.
We jumping the gun a little bit. Ramen noodles tonight. But yeah, man, it was beautiful, man. Can't wait to talk about it, dude.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's gonna be the bulk of our show today. We're gonna be talking about Mike's trip. We're gonna call this show, what did I say it was? Oh, expand your mind, Craig.
That was perfect.
Expand your mind, Craig.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about a lot of music topics this week, especially with
good music out here.
Yeah, good music.
Blowing up the summer.
I don't know.
You don't know it?
I'm still.
I thought we was gonna be agreeing with this.
I'm still.
What?
I'm waiting.
People can't see what you're doing right now.
Those people can see.
Okay.
But yeah, man, the Drake Push TV. I think it's all
disappointing. So disappointed. So upset about that shit.
I wanted to talk about the freshman cover. Mike was like, I ain't got time for these little niggas.
If we're gonna be talking about my trip, I'm gonna let you have the floor to talk about the freshman cover.
The floor? Oh. I don't know enough about these niggas.
Okay,
the floor.
Let me tell y'all. Will text me and say, yo, bro, I gotta talk about these fire ass freshmen.
And not listen at all.
He's like, they too flamery to like just skip over like that, bro. You gotta talk about them.
That's not what I said at all, bro.
Hey man, you got the floor.
You're a liar.
You got the floor, man.
We're gonna be talking about that. We're also gonna be talking about, unfortunately, Anthony Bourdain's suicide.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that because I actually like cut off almost all Facebook while I was gone. Yeah. I just wanted to enjoy, New York and everything. So I definitely caught up on that. If anybody saw any like hints or anything, what was happening?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, that's fine. We're gonna be talking about that, man. There appears to be a Game of Thrones spinoff. I don't know.
Well, they signed up for the pilot. Apparently,
yeah, I saw the pilot. So we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. Also, we're gonna be talking about Westworld. We had a lot of guests lately, and
don't nobody watch Westworld but us.
Yeah, we've neglected some of the things, some of the stuff we used to do. So we're gonna try to get back to that a little bit.
Got to.
But as always, we're gonna let Mike kick it off with these church announcements, and I got one for once.
Oh shit, go ahead with yours. I'm posting the status with the thing.
Bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Bro, you know I'm a little okay. So
don't think on yourself.
So the one thing I do want to shout out is Black Panther Day.
What?
At Adventure. Yeah. Let me see when this thing is.
Okay, you gotta have.
No. Well, see, that's why I thought you were gonna go first.
All right, well, I'll go ahead.
All right, good.
So, yeah, man. For tomorrow, June 15th, which I don't know when this thing will air, but June 15th, bro, Bootsy Collins gonna be here. Did you hear about this? Bootsy Collins will be at the library. I put the R there.
At this? No, you did not.
This library. He'll be here, bro, absolutely free. He's gonna be out here just talking, bro. Like, it's called Small Talk with Bootsy Collins. But we coming.
Why is this nigga not performing?
I mean, he might do a little something, might do a little diddly or something. I don't know.
Bro, this nigga don't.
If he ain't got no cards,
this nigga don't perform rather be with you, bro. I don't give a shit.
Oh, fam.
Yo. Well, I still would care, but.
What if he did like the NWA version, like the super rated R version?
Oh no. Library cannot have that shit.
He gonna be here though, bro. Small Talk with Bootsy Collins, absolutely free at the main library downtown Columbia. So if you don't live here, come out here. You can be talking about the funkiness. You can talk about how you got the funkiness, how you can get it, like all that. It's gonna be dope. Saturday, June 16th, Willie Walker and the Conversation Piece Jazz Band will be performing at Shay's Lounge. Very dope band, very just smooth brand. They mainly do jazz, but they also do like soul classics and everything. And you know, like older black folk like to go to Shay's Lounge. So if y'all try to hit up them Kim classics and the Maxwell,
Kim, the man who makes the same exact song every time,
but he getting money. So why hate? That's very dope. That's a $15 cover though. It's very, very much worth it. But if you want to ball out $15, if you ain't got $15, go to Chaps. Same day, June 16th. Our good friend Six will be performing alongside.
Shout out to Six, most plugging band ever.
Bruh, the plug god. They very much enjoyed having him on the show. He's gonna be performing alongside Dead Swells, Daddy Lion, and National Television in the Infinite Room at Taps. That's only $7. If you ain't got money for that, then I just don't know what to tell you. You might be in the same boat I am, because I ain't got money for neither one right now. But June 19th, it's Poetry Slam going down at Taps. Taps be lit for like quite a few reasons.
Very much so.
June 19th at 7 p.m. in the Fountain Flow Room, we're gonna have the Fountain Room Flow Summer Slam Series. It's a long ass title. Hosted by the Watering Hole, my good friend Monifa Lemons, and as well as Candace Wiley. If y'all know them, y'all know they're poetry pioneers out here. They're having an amazing slam. It's $12 entry, 12 slots open. The winner gets $100 on the spot. What you taking them back by?
Taken back by this thirst of the week.
Oh, bro, hey, okay, y'all gonna stay.
I had one too. I had one this week too.
You can still have one, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't find one person in my head.
Bro, the Chiefs was on 10.
All right, we can do both of them. We can do, because mine's very broad. Mine is a spectrum. But yeah, we can get the Thursday. Stay for Thursday week, y'all. But yeah, man, go ahead with your
all right, so
church announcement that you didn't prepare.
No. Is it still on my phone? Okay, it's still there. All right. So, Black Panther Day, I don't really shout out corporate businesses.
Right.
But Black Panther Day is going to be at Adventure. It is going to be there Saturday, June 23rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's really dope because it's first Black superhero. Kids get to dress up like Black Panther or whatever. Right. I think it's a great opportunity for, like small Black children to kind of get their nerd on early.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think there's a lot of outlets for that.
Not enough anyway.
Yeah, at least for Black people. So I'm not sure what the price is. It is a paid event. So if you got kids, definitely check it out because it'll be dope.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
I might even have to stop by there. Don't McKenzie up in there?
I work that weekend. But good for those kids.
Your baby gonna miss out.
Yeah. So man, how's that trip, boy?
Hey. I don't even know where to start. Well, actually, I'm gonna start with because we wanted to tie this in with like jumping out of your comfort zone and not letting your what was the name of the show?
It was Expand Your Mind, Craig. Getting out of your own way to get the best things out of life.
That's what it's all about. That's what this show is all about, man. I was actually quite scared. For those who don't know, I was planning to go to New York for a very long time now. I have several friends that have been telling me I need to go. I have a close friend. She was on the show Star.
Go ahead and expand on that close friend thing.
Hey, man, we was really close friends. You know what I'm saying? Got known each other for a while. She's a beautiful person. Very lovely individual. Y'all can watch all the Petty episodes and get a feel for how Will feels on Star.
Oh yeah, it is Star from all the Petty.
If y'all listen to that episode, y'all already know Will and Star have a very tumultuous friendship, if you want to call it that. But she's been telling me the main one telling me I need to go out there for the longest, just to explore like creative, endeavors outside of Columbia. But to be honest, man, I was like kind of terrified. Like I can't woke up one day, I was like, bro, I'm just gonna go.
Really?
Just gonna fucking go.
That's not what happened because you played this shit out.
Like I almost backed out because I was getting ready to get a bus first of all, And then Megabus, which not ain't no Megabus. Like it's a beautiful thing. To travel states for like $40.
Bro, I heard it's not such a beautiful thing while you're doing it.
I don't think it is like the experience is a beautiful thing. It's just the fact that it exists for people who, you know, probably can't afford plane rides.
So how did the idea come about? She was just like, you should go to New York?
So I call Star maybe my like affirmation publicist, because like she like will see some shit in me and she'll just be like, you need to do this now, and she'll keep saying it like over and over again.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you just kind of like talking and just like, oh, we should go to New York sometime. Yeah, that's a big good idea, and it just never comes up again. Like it was at the point where like every time we talked about like poetry events, she'd be like, you know, there's no like major big black poetry events out there. That could be your niche. I would talk about the photography, where you know it's models everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a part of that. Talk about music and everything. She'll be like, there's nothing but music, different kinds of music out there. She would just keep repeating it. So I just said, what the excuse was like she just recently graduated out there.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll come see you graduate and everything. And as a personal thing, like things changed between us a little bit, so I wasn't sure I was gonna see her out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I'm still gonna go, man. Like, I'm gonna still go. But I almost punked out, bro. Like, I was like terrified of like going out there and getting robbed or some shit. Like, you hear about New York?
Yeah. So how close? So in between the time you actually went and the time you almost punked out, what kind of distance? Was it like a couple weeks or was?
Oh, it's the time I actually took off on the plane. Yeah. It was a couple of weeks. It was because about the 2 weeks before, I was like, I'm gonna book these tickets now. This is gonna be like sky high if I wait till the day of. Because I booked the vacation time period.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about like maybe I'll just go to Atlanta and just find some models out there and do some pictures and da. And then
something you can do any weekend. Yeah.
Something I can do on a Saturday or a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, bro. Like you got time off. Like you need to go. You said you're gonna do this. When is the next time you're gonna be able to do it? Or when is the next time you're gonna tell yourself to do it? Yeah. So it was about 2 weeks from the time I like trying to solidify, like got the plane tickets and got the Airbnb. That's another thing that kind of scared me. I ain't never had an Airbnb before. I know a nigga to come in there and kill my ass in my sleep. Mm-hmm. So it was about 2 weeks, bro. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And pack the shit up.
So after you actually booked your stuff and had everything kind of prepared, was it just like heart beating real fast in your chest the whole time?
When Expedia sent you to the confirmation shit. But then sent me that, and then the Airbnb person was like, all right, you win, you know, if you back out now, you know, you can get some of your money back.
Not all of it.
And I'm not about that whole like backing out of something and losing money for no reason. Yeah. So when I got them confirmation emails, I was like, Because like I said, I wasn't sure if I was on. Star is the only one I would know in New York, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna see her like that. So I was like, man, I'm about to be out there like ass out. He's gonna see me with my camera walking around. Yeah. And trying to get over my ass or something. Like it was all kind of
crossed off the head.
I was looking like Charlemagne.
You thought it was Kirkland or something?
I ain't know, bro. I really didn't like. And like people told me like New York has been gentrified like a mug, which is very true. Really? Like I found that out. Like for those who know, I stayed in Brooklyn, and very true, bro. Like I stayed off of East 104th Street, which ain't the hood per se, but it's just not the most like glamorous place. But like I literally was like I would walk to McDonald's to get some breakfast.
Question.
Yeah.
You in New York, man? Why you going to McDonald's, man?
Bro, okay. I had to try to be cheap, quote unquote, however way I could, because that shit's expensive out there, bro. Like I knew it cost more,
but you didn't know that.
Like I went to McDonald's to get a damn quarter cheeseburger meal. She was like, $11.50, please. It's like, bitch, what? Did you add some extra patties? So like as far as like little meals, and my Airbnb was actually giving me breakfast on some days. Mm-hmm. But as far as like little meals just to get me through the day, like nah, bro, I'm getting McDonald's. I'm hitting up one of the, and we're gonna get into like the culture out there. Hitting up one of the little corner spots because there's so many different varieties of food and stuff. But like I said, what I was saying wasn't like the hood, but it was like you literally like walked out the house and walked across the street. There was like another world across the street. Mm-hmm. Like all these houses were like gated. Like each house was gated.
Really?
Like yeah.
The brownstones, was it? I know.
They weren't brownstones. They were I'm not sure what you would call them, but they were houses. Literally gated, and where we were at, it was just like wide open. Like you could literally see the gentrification like before your eyes. Like it was just kind of crazy.
So I guess taking a step back, you booked the flight, you did all the other shit. Mm-hmm. I know when we talked earlier, you said you hadn't been on a flight since like you went to DC or something like that.
Yeah, in high school.
How was that? Was it like a lot of apprehension on that? Because like a lot of people down here, besides the fact that we don't kind of get out of the South,
right, bro.
A lot of people don't take a flight. I've never been on a flight.
You ain't been on a flight?
Come on now. I've only been to Virginia, Tennessee, and Miami. That's the furthest I've been. That's it.
You ain't taking a flight to Tennessee? Bro, no, it's a drive, baby.
It's a drive, baby. We just went to Chattanooga. That's all.
I ain't with that. I ain't with the driving shit. I ain't want to drive from.
That's drive to Miami. I remember, bro. I was young as shit, and that shit was still terrible, bro.
That's like a 9 hour, 8 hour?
Yeah, bro. That shit was like 8 or 9 hours. That shit was terrible.
Super gross. I don't know how Taryn be going back and forth like that. Shit, to Jersey.
Oh yeah, you can keep that. But yeah, man, how was the nerves getting on the flight?
So like, actually, the Columbia airport is like kind of quiet. Like I got there first thing in the morning. My neighbors asked me to take me, and there was nobody there, bro. Like it was just me. Like I was just like walking around taking pictures actually, because it was just like nice and quiet. Check my bag. Went to TSA. They're real cool. I'm like, hey, sir, you.
That's not what people say about TSA, though.
That's not what people say about TSA because they fly from New York and shit. We're gonna get to New York TSA in a minute. Columbia, they ain't got a lot of shit going on. Like,
everybody coming to blow shit up here.
Bro, the nigga was just like, he was talking about photography and shit. And like, I gave him my bag. He was like, hey, bro, you good, don't you? No, you can do that. You can do that.
Oh man, you got the dreads, bro. Oh man, you good, bro.
Oh man, go ahead, baby. Like, he let me on a plane early and shit. No. He was talking about photography and shit. And like I gave him my shoes and shit. Like it was like a breeze. Like I was just in there chilling for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's always a little nerve-wracking when you first get on the plane. The plane from Columbia to Charlotte was like an express plane. And whenever you have them express planes from just one state over, this just can be itty bitty because they know you're not gonna be there that long.
Yeah.
And its goal is to get you there. This shit was so fucking small. Like,
how many people were on there?
Maybe 15, 20 people, bro.
Really?
And my big ass and this dude was sitting next to each other. This dude, he was one of them kind of classic douchebags with the damn earpiece in his ear and a suitcase. He was like,
my man still got a Bluetooth.
Yeah, bro. Nigga, just when we go check in get this boarding pass, and he was like getting an attitude with the girl because she couldn't get the shit right fast enough, and he on a call at the same time on purpose. So she's trying to respond to him. He was like, like pointing out his ear. He's like, excuse me.
What a fucking tool.
He's a super tool. So I ended up sitting next to him. I was like, oh shit. And he was just already looking at me like, but thankfully niggas had to pay an extra guap to get there's upgrades in the back of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So he moved. He was like, hey, sorry, big man. I just need a little space.
Hey, do you, man?
I said, hey, man, you get all the space you need. So I just ended up sitting next to this small little woman, and she was next comfortable. I was comfortable. So, like I said, the flights, I was a little nerve-wracking when you go to take off at first, but once you in the air and you're breathing, it's beautiful, man. We gotta fly somewhere. I didn't know you never flew, man.
No, bro, I'm just trying to go, man.
Right, come on, man.
I was gonna go to Portland, and then my money was looking funny.
What were you gonna do in Portland?
My homeboy was getting married.
I'm pretty sure this is weird.
Bro, my money was looking funny.
How much was it?
The flight, like 6 something.
How long did you wait?
I don't know. It was probably like a couple months in advance.
It was 600 for a couple months, I think.
Yeah, bro. I need a one way. I need a one way, bro. I'm not doing the layover, bro. Cause I hear horror stories about the layover.
It depends. I had a layover, and like I said, Charlotte. It wasn't.
In Charlotte, bro. The layover was gonna be in Chicago, bro. I'm not, bro. And it was damn. What was it? late April. I was like, oh shit, these niggas still might be getting snow and shit. Well, I'm not about to get caught up.
I mean, I feel you, but
it's in the past now.
It's in the past, but I mean, it just depends, bro. Like,
yeah, I know.
Shit ain't too outrageous. It's not that bad.
So, anyways, man, you do the flight, whatever, man. Step off the plane. I know there had to be like a shock. Like
this shit was instantly. I'm talking about as soon as you walk in the JFK airport.
So what was the main difference? Like, what was TSA like? What was the traffic like at the airport?
Well, you ain't gotta go through TSA like that when you get off the plane.
Well, nigga, I don't. Cause I've never been.
All right, well, that's you.
Nigga, I never insulting my intelligence.
No, bro.
Nigga, insulting my life experience.
No, it's education experience. No, but instantly getting to JFK, bro, that shit is insane. Like niggas is just, and this is how New York is. Period. Everybody says New Yorkers are like rude. They're not polite, but it's not that they're intentionally trying to be rude. They're just so focused on where the fuck they trying to go, like they're not worried about being extra nice. So like in an airport, like this is just like bumping into you, just running. Like everybody's just running, bro. Like that's all you see. You think it's a fire somewhere. And instantly when I came out to the city and I walked down the airport, I called an Uber. Mm-hmm. And the dude was like foreign. I don't know what. We're gonna get to the culture part.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what he was saying. He was trying to tell me to come to Terminal 8 or whatever, Terminal 8. So like I'm looking for him. Everybody's trying to get picked up. So it's just you just see a flood of taxis and Ubers in the tunnel, and niggas is just interweaving with each other, bro. Like in and out and like honking at each other and like getting by with just like a smidge of space with hitting biggest bumpers. My Uber driver did some crazy shit, bro. He had we were blocked in. We were in like he had to wait here extra long for me to find him. So I thought we were gonna be stuck there for a good 10-15 minutes. Mm-hmm. This is some crazy reverse parallel park shit where he made himself like perpendicular to the two cars and came out. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Traffic out there is insane. Utterly insane. Like you think Colombian niggas can't drive? Like
because we really can't.
We can't drive. Let me clear that up. Yeah, we can't drive at all. Them dudes, they just don't care. Like they just trying to get where they're trying to go. So it's just like dangerous as hell. They just be going in the oncoming traffic lane just so they can pass you and just barely miss a car coming towards you.
Oncoming traffic?
Yes, bro. Well, yes. Niggas is on I thought it was Meek Mill's gang or some shit. Like a gang of motorcycles was going between cars on wheelies.
Yeah.
Like just bumping in and out like the traffic. I don't see how people drive out there.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So you went so you got out you went into you came into JFK. Mm-hmm. You got out. So I guess you had to go through Queens before you got to Brooklyn, right?
I think so. I don't know where I was at exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was going to ask you, was there a difference between Queens and Brooklyn that you noticed?
Not while I was driving, I couldn't really notice, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. So when you got to Brooklyn, like what was your plan? Like did you?
Well, first Sarah hit me up because she was taking the test and stuff, and she was like, "Let me know when you get in." She was taking her. I forgot what it was. Anyway, she was taking the test, so she said, "Hit me up when you get settled, whatever like that." So the first plan was just to get in the damn Airbnb and see what it should look like. Hopefully, it look like the pictures.
You got there like 10 in the morning?
I actually got there. No, it was in the afternoon. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. So you had a decent layover because you said you got to Columbia early.
Yeah.
So it was a decent layover.
Layover was only about like 30, 40 minutes.
Oh.
Like I literally had to run from one side of the airport to the other. Like had to haul ass.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to make it in time. So okay. I'm just saying flights leave earlier than what they say. They close the door like 15 minutes earlier than what the actual flight is.
Oh, okay.
So you have to make sure you get there in time. So the first plan was just get in the Airbnb. It was dope because it was a lady's house, but it was her basement. Mm-hmm. Same thing kind of Crocker had before he passed. It's like a whole other house underneath the house.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a kitchen.
Finished basement, kitchen, bathroom. Yeah, I know.
Very nice. Little refrigerator and everything. And she left keys on the thing. So it's like, she didn't bother me. I said just to bring, except for to bring breakfast. She didn't bother me at all. Mm-hmm. I was like, go in there and like unpack. iron my clothes out and everything. You know, Terrence don't shade that. You know the damn live feed.
No. I don't
ignorance. We know this ignorant part. Of course, we're ignorant. So I just had to get my clothes and stuff right, and then we went out to. We had to get ready to eat at this vegan restaurant called Quantum Leap. There's restaurants galore out there, bro. Like everywhere, every corner you turn, restaurants or clubs.
Yeah.
People, period. And the very first thing I just realized, bro, is the sheer amount of culture, like different cultures out there. Walking to the restaurant, I swear I heard like 5 different languages. Like I'm not just talking about somebody just talking on their phone. I'm talking about like groups of people having full ass conversations, and it was just mind blowing, bro. It was like walking through different countries. Like it was like whole neighborhoods, like whole Jewish neighborhoods or whole Spanish neighborhoods. I didn't see any African neighborhoods, which was kind of disheartening. But entire neighborhoods of like just one particular culture.
Yeah.
Like, and they own all the businesses in there. They own all the shops in there. Like, it's not a lot. I didn't see no Walmarts. I ain't see no Targets. I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah, probably a little further out or somewhere.
Yeah. But as far as downtown, nah, bro.
Yeah. So after y'all hit the vegan spot, what was the night like?
Oh shit, bro.
Because you told me before we started the show you was up till 4 a.m. every day.
We was doing something till 4 a.m. each and every day, bro.
Let me ask this. Did you? Not to be funny. Did you spend every day with Star?
Not every. I think I might have seen her every day, but I didn't spend the whole day with her.
Okay. All right. So yeah, what was the like the nightlife clubbing spots or whatever?
It was just crazy. So one spot we did go together was a spot called Bimbe.
Bimbe?
Yeah.
Jamaican or something?
Nah, it was an Afrobeat club.
Oh, okay.
Like, there was zero space in there.
For real?
There was nothing. There was nowhere to like when you walk in, bro. It's just niggas on you, like. And that's one thing I say about the club life. Like, their clubs don't shut down at 2:00 in the morning. Like, this is like in the middle of the week. This was like, I want to say, we went out Friday and Thursday, and of course before I left, it's like the middle of the week, like Wednesday night. It's like 3:00 in the morning. Niggas in there stacked like sardines. Like,
no, I'm good.
But see, you don't miss that life of like, you go to a club and you just dancing, and then you see a little fine little thing, and you just come up behind her, and you just be like, you know what I'm saying? You just stand behind her, and she feel you.
Sexual assault.
Star was calling me about that. I was like, yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to dance with that girl because I didn't know if she was gonna consent to it or not.
This is the world we live in.
Bro, she was like,
thank you, Me Tooers.
But Star was so against that shit. Like, Star was like, maybe go get your ass,
bro. It's going a little far.
It's hard. See, it's hard, bro. Like, in this particular club, what I saw was like everybody was just on each other, period. So you can't really. I mean, if you're not trying to get touched, you just don't need to be in there. Everybody's on that period. But what I saw was like, dude would be interested. He would just like dance on her.
Yeah.
And sometimes niggas would fuck it up for him because like somebody would push him from behind, so it looked like he was trying to like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like as long as that didn't happen, like if she was with it, she would just be like, okay. If not, they do a little smooth little like glide away.
Really, I guess like down here it's kind of like I'm gonna dance with this person.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna dance with such and such. But it's just like I'm gonna dance.
That's what was dope. It's just like people were just feeling the music, and the place was so packed, bro. But they had drummers, like African drummers, in this corner, like in the midst of everybody, and it's like so crazy how they can operate. I don't know how they didn't get overheated because people were just on them. But they still drumming like crazy. Like they did not stop drumming at all. And like they're on beat with the music playing. And it's just on them and everybody's just like sweating on each other and just on each other. Just face like I'm not with none of this shit.
No, bro, I'm visualizing it, honestly.
Just imagine like pure like black.
Well, I mean, like I know how to imagine, so I don't need your help. But
I'm telling you the better picture for you.
Yeah, I've got my own vision, so I'm good.
See, I think you said I was about to make it gross for you. Like
no, go ahead. I'll be fucking with you.
No, it was just like I said, I just love seeing like black people just in there just having the time of life and just hearing that Afrobeat music, bro. When you hear it, you ever listen to Afrobeat music?
Not knowing that it was Afrobeat music I was listening to. I may have heard it, but never consciously listened to Afrobeat.
Where like one of my favorite artists is Runtown. When you just hear that shit, it's just like you hear them drums and that bass that go with it.
Takes you back to the motherland.
Bro, it's like your ancestors just start moving your limbs for you, and you just start like, you don't even know what you're doing. You just with it. Yeah, the nightlife was crazy. Like I said, them dudes do not go to sleep. It's just the middle of the week. They're just out here, bro.
So that was one of those 4 o'clock nights. Well, every night was 4 o'clock.
Every night was 4 o'clock, bro. Every night I get home.
So I know you went up there for mostly photography and business connections.
Right.
How was the photography? Like, what was some of the stuff you took pictures of and some of the sites?
So I didn't like go out of my way to like I gotta hit every landmark and get pictures of landmark. I just wanted to capture like shit happening. Yeah. People mainly, but just shit happening. Like it's just normal for them. Like just sides of the streets. We were in I forgot what the plaza is next to the Empire State Building. We did go to that, but there's like a plaza next to it, and it's just like this little minivan out there just drumming.
So you got Manhattan too.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Manhattan for a while. Just people happening, just people doing their thing. Like I said, drummers drumming, breakdancers just breakdancing. It was just 2 dudes on saxophones, like just playing off of each other. It was like they was like dual saxophoning or something.
Oh really?
It was crazy. Stuff like that. I just captured that. Of course, I had to go to Museum of Art, which is a huge ass museum. I went there at first, went on the first 2 levels, and I thought it was like art museum. I thought it was just like 2 big exhibits, and that was it.
Yeah.
People was like, nah, bro, you got to go to the 7th floor to experience the whole thing.
The 7th floor,
bro. This shit is stupid huge. They have a huge Egyptian like exhibit where they actually have like actual mummies and shit, like encased in like pillowcases and stuff. They had like the books of the dead, like later against the wall and stuff. I can't really get into all of it. It was just like so much stuff. But most important with the photography, I connect with this model named Gabrielle Archer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know her.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah.
You looked up on Google and you be.
No, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I went to middle school.
Oh, bro?
Yeah.
What middle school y'all went to?
You all right?
That was crazy, man. You're so stupid, bro. You stupid. You look at me like,
I can't believe you asked a follow-up question.
I'm gonna take it as far as you want to take it, bro. I'll take it as far as you want to take it. I was gonna do the shoot with her, but she got busy or whatever, so she referred me to her roommate, Elaine. I wanted to shout her name out.
Pretty sure I'm fucking this one up.
Oh, okay, Mr. Like I got church announcement, but I don't know what church.
Right, I had one announcement, and you were supposed to go first, and you knew that.
Elaine Lona is her name, and she has an African clothing company. Very dope fabrics. And I'm gonna connect with her, and we did like a whole ass photo shoot on Saturday.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was good, like 3-4 hours. And I just did not expect that to happen. I expected to make some connections with some agencies, I guess, or whatever, or some people I could come back in contact or whatever like that. But I didn't expect to do a whole photo shoot.
Yeah.
And that shit was incredible, man. The thing about photography is that you got to connect with the model and the person, like, kind of organizing it. Because I feel like a lot of women are uncomfortable, a lot of male photographers, because a lot of dudes be on that creepy shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're trying to get, like, candid shots or, like, scantily clad shots. Apparently, they dealt with some creepy dude not too long ago. So when the model came in, I noticed she was, like, kind of, like, really quiet or whatever. So I just kind of let her do her thing. But like, the more we started shooting, it was just like instant chemistry. Like we was laughing, we was playing music, and like more Afrobeat. I never listened to so much Afrobeat in my life. Yeah, the whole week playing music, taking shots, being experimental with it. We started. The star came through.
Taking shots, like alcohol.
No, we did have wine and shit.
Oh, okay. That was a serious question. It was both the way you said it.
Just turned on the photo shoot, just like it was just incredible, man. It's a full ass photo shoot out of nowhere. I did not expect that to happen, but it was amazing, man.
Really. So when you went to the Museum of Art, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see like pictures you had only seen, or did you see blah blah? Did you see actual art that like you had only seen on Google and stuff like that? Because that's like one of the things that's like always kind of kept me interested in like going to different museums and stuff like that, like actual seeing these pictures, paintings, whatever.
Yeah, you're talking about like the historic kind of type of pictures that you wouldn't see anywhere else. Yeah, for sure. Especially the Egyptian exhibit when they had like a whole, I forgot what you call it, slabs of like Egyptian writing and stuff.
Oh, hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics and stuff. Like they had whole ass slabs of all that stuff, statues. I got pictures. I didn't really post pictures yet. I've just been doing so much, but some mind blowing stuff that you like wouldn't even. Sometimes you can't even really wrap your mind around it. For instance, I went to this other art exhibit, art center, I guess you would call it, called The Hole, and one of my baby moms, the girl that you like, FK Twigs, the dude that made her Melissa album cover, that black woman, she had her hand through her face and shit. Yeah. The dude, I went to his exhibit. Okay. And that shit was crazy. Really? Like, I'll show you pictures. We post pictures on the page and everything. It's like the whole reason you need to do stuff like that. If you want to be a creative or you want to be like a progressive thinker, you have to go to places like this because you get to see thinking on a whole nother level that you can't fathom in Colombia. Not that we don't have great artists out here. We got some phenomenal artists. We had Dogon last show, who was an incredible artist. Yeah, his art is very different than anything I'm used to seeing. Right. So imagine Dogon stuff on like times 20. You know what I mean? Like these are people from all over the world that they come into bring to these museums, and it just blows your mind. Like I love nothing more than having my mind like just kind of manipulated to like. I love not being able to figure out how somebody did something. Like whether it be poetry, like Patricia Smith is one of my favorite writers. I love being like, how the hell does she put words together like that? Like how does she even think that could even go together? And that shit still makes sense. Same thing with the art. Like, how did you even conjure up using colors and like? It's like what? It's crazy. It's so essential to experience all that, man. Like, mind blowing. Yes, bro. That's what it's I was reading this book, and this dude talks about like his experience in New York. I was like, damn, is Mike feeling just like that? What did he say? Bro, dude was like, New York was another. I'm gonna just read this shit because it was dope to me. Yeah. He said New York was another spectrum unto itself, and the great diversity I'd seen in Howard, solely among black people, now spread across the metropolis. Something different awaited around every corner. Here there were African drummers assembling in Union Square. Yes, bro. Here there were dead office towers brought to life at night by restaurants buried within that served small kegs of beer and Korean fried chicken. Here there were black girls with white boys and black boys with Chinese American girls and Chinese American girls with Dominican boys with Jamaican boys, and every other magical combination. I walked through West Village marveling at the restaurants, the size of living rooms, and I could see that the very smallness of these restaurants awarded patrons a kind of, I don't know the word, cool. Which is, as though they were laughing at a joke, and it would take the rest of the world a decade to catch on. And he just goes on and on about talking like how different the experience of New York itself was than, kind of anything he had ever experienced before. That's it. It's perfectly explained. And it's to, I guess, anybody who's never been there, it's kind of like everybody takes it or chalks it up as, are you just overdoing it? Yeah. You overdoing it. Like, it can't be like that. It can't be like that. Exactly. But I guess, it really is. So, also, man, what else did you do? Like, as far as like food experiences, really? As far as food experience? Yeah, because I know they got food culture up there like none other. Bro, like I said, I told like it was just chilling, and I was like, damn, I'm hungry. Like I was chilling with a couple people. Like, damn, I'm hungry, and it was like, you literally go outside, like you got Dominican food, you got Chinese food, you got Thai, Indian. Yeah. And then so I just walked outside, and that's literally what it was, bro. Like, what else was we had? I had some Chinese food. I ate mostly vegan actually when I was out there. But it's good.
Look up there living the life.
But it's good, and it's good for you. Like, I had vegan chicken and waffles, which was kind of crazy. Like, the chicken was good. It didn't taste like chicken, but
Thank you for admitting that first off.
Yeah, I'm not going to say and BS like, yeah, but you can't tell the difference. Like, nah, nigga, that shit wasn't chicken. But it was good. Had some African food at this. So I went to this fashion show, African fashion show. I was supposed to meet some people out there, but they just ended up getting caught up in something else. So I just said, fuck, I'm gonna go anyway. So they had African food there. I'm not sure what exactly, what country it's from or whatever, but I'm chilling, just meeting people, whatever. And the host comes up like to where I'm sitting at, and she's like, "Yo, we need some models for the little icebreaker run. Like, you down to do it?" I was like, "I'm in New York, like whatever, you know what I'm saying?" Whatever. So like, I was like cool with it at first, but we was talking about getting nervous before you do something that you really want to do. Right before I was walking, I was like, "Bro, what if I bust my ass in front of all these people?" Like,
you know the best part? You ain't gonna see them niggas probably no more.
That's exactly what I told myself. I said, "Bro, they ain't gonna remember you until you come back." So I said, "If you bust your ass, you bust your ass." So
you end up on Shade Room or some shit.
Hey, bro, you gotta make it somehow.
Hey, you gotta get viral.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, as soon as I came out there, more Afrobeat music started playing. Like it's nothing but Afrobeat music, and you just see all these like black faces, bro. Like we got beautiful black people in Colombia. This is New York. Like all the black faces out here, like actual African faces out here, and Black Americans, and everything in between. People wearing just all kinds of crazy, just like Afro-futuristic looking stuff. People just in African suits. Black people in American suits. Fine ass black women, we're gonna get to them. Fine ass black women of all just shades and types. You get this like woman that's just wearing like something that you wouldn't see nobody wearing in public around here at all. Standing next to someone who's just wearing like jeans and like a nice shirt, and she's just like.
What do you mean like? What do you mean like something you wouldn't expect a woman to see?
You see
like straight bra
pictures? Well, some of that, but like you seen pictures from like Afropunk.
Yeah, I have.
People was like wearing stuff like similar to stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
really?
Like just like bonkers shit. Like it's like they just wanted to be seen on a whole nother level. But it's like that uniqueness of kind of like a hipster vibe, black hipster vibe of like that would be in New York scene. Like you see it around here as well. You know what I'm saying? But theirs is a different type. So just walking down our runway, bro, and just seeing all these black faces and everybody's just dancing and hyping you up and shit. Like, and I started like, I
started bouncing.
Well, I started bouncing. I don't know if I was on beat or not, but I just started bouncing. And the damn host just hyped me up on the mic and the shit, and it was incredible, bro. And she ended up like paying all of us that did it. She paid us in like alcohol, and so I just got super litty. And it was like a rooftop party / fashion show. So like I just started drinking and just talking to people. Like, there's just so many fine women. Food was delicious though. But to answer your question about food, like I said, any type of food you can think of, bro, is out there.
Yeah.
Like all of it. And it's all, like I said, just locally owned like people. And you see the whole families in the kitchen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like their whole family. It's the way you see a lot of Chinese food restaurants in Colombia. We ride out to the place together because they all work there and they all live together. So, so imagine that times 100. Like that's everybody.
Yeah, because Colombia, I mean, besides Chinese restaurants and a couple other, maybe Italian spots or something, man, Colombia's very corporate, so it's not like that at all over there. So.
Basically, well, it's like I said, it's there everywhere, but as far as like downtown Brooklyn, like
it's a lot more family spots,
local,
real culture stuff. Yeah.
People just be shouting out like, yeah, make sure you hit up so and so. You ain't never heard of this restaurant in your entire life.
Yeah.
It's just one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super, man.
So you wanted to talk about I ain't gonna say you want to talk about that's bad, but you said you also went to Star's graduation up there.
Oh yeah. So the beautiful thing about that, like I said, she just graduated college, and I got this feeling of just chilling with her, her family and everything, watching her. Seeing her graduate in New York. Like, not only is this the trip that I always wanted to take, but she's always wanted to live, in New York again. And she always says, like, I helped her love Colombia because she apparently didn't really like Colombia like that till I put on to a lot of spots.
I don't blame
you. Bro, we popping out here though.
There's a couple places popping out here, you know.
There's a lot of places popping, bro. We get it. You're not gonna shit on Colombia. Seeing her like achieve her dream of not only coming back to New York but living on her own, something she's been wanting to do for a long time now. Seeing me come there finally and just enjoying this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like all like I guess epitomized when she walked across the stage and I was reporting her. And it was like the transition. It's like the physical transition of like reaching goals, man. Like seeing her pick, get her. Well, they actually had medals. They had diplomas, so they had like medals they put on, and her go on the other side and taking a picture, and then us all celebrating afterwards. It was like we actually doing the shit that we said we wanted to do. I wanted to make this whole like spiel right here about putting power behind your words. Mm-hmm. When you want to do something, I think we got to stop saying, man, I wish I could go to New York, or man, I wish I could go to Miami. Man, I wish I could leave the country. Like, nah, bro, say I'm going to leave the country. Like, I'm going to experience a better life. I'm going to make more money. Yeah. And then do that shit. And that's what it just felt like. That whole her graduation is coming up. Just basically that whole thing got culminated in that one moment. Her graduating, getting her diploma, me being in New York, me making connections. I didn't mention it earlier, but I went to this cultural programming arts facility called Brick. Mm-hmm. Met with this dude named Matthew Allen, who's he's interviewed all kinds of people. He's interviewed like Quincy Jones. I believe he interviewed Prince before he passed away. Like he's been, you know what I'm saying? He's been around, bro. Has a very dope podcast. I was trying to get him to send me the link, but he didn't send me yet. Where he like debates, like he has like a guest come on and they talk about two considered classic albums. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And one of them they both have to defend their favorite classic album of an artist. Like he had somebody, I think he wanted to debate College Dropout versus Dark Fantasy. And like, which would be super good debate. Like everybody, they gotta have a solid argument. But yeah. I went to his thing and he's got a podcast and stuff. But when I was sitting in his office and they're a platform for people who want to do public television shows. Mm-hmm. So on the screen, there's a giant screen where they have like the shows they're recording, mm-hmm. and you see these 4 completely different shows happening at the same time. Oh, really? Yeah, and it's all in the same building, all in the same studios. It's like that's what I want to do, bro. I want to give people a platform to just be themselves entirely. Get the art out. Get all their art out. That's what Blue Note came in. Like I wanted people. That's also hard on about free speech because I want people to just get on the mic and spill their guts. Something they probably can't do to anybody else in their family, and just feel better. So I think part of that spilling your guts has to be putting power in your words, saying I'm gonna do something and doing it. If you don't know you can do it just yet, then don't say it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you say you want to do something and you don't do it, you kind of get down on yourself sometimes. Yeah. I feel like, like when Greg wanted to go on that diet, and I refused to do it. I know I wasn't in a mental state to do it, like I wanted to. So I didn't want to be like, yeah, I'll do it, and then just disappoint yourself. Disappoint myself, disappoint y'all. Yeah. Like a lot of y'all, like, there's power in words, man. Like when you say you want to do something, your brain didn't want to do it, so you got to make sure you do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you can always, it might take some bit longer than you want to, but nah, bro, you got to just live on the dreams, man. You can't be bogged down by just trying to live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. Also, how did you said you went to photography business connections? I know it seems like you had a few already, just with photography and the guy you just said you talked to. Yeah. What other business connections were up there? And kind of like, what did you learn about business while you were up there and connecting with people in general? Well, those connections I had made, like I said, during that trip, I didn't know them people before, so it was me continuing to push myself outside my comfort zone of meeting new people. I never mind meeting people that come to me in interaction, but when my mind was like, you have to go to this person, you have to make your case for why they should get to know you, and want to know you, and want you to be a part of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I get nervous about that still, so that just reminded me that I can still do that. As far as other business connections, what else was there? Did I write it down? Break, the fashion show, and I think that's really the main three. Other than that,
So I guess it's a little fascinating. That a person like yourself, I've known you, 15 million years.
too long.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen, for the most part, your, growth into adulthood. I ain't trying to sound like no elder or no shit, because that's how I just felt. But no, man, like I've seen you, grow up or whatever, and the amount you talk to people and things like that, like, it's very surprising how you still have apprehension towards being in some spaces and talking to certain people and stuff like that.
A little bit, man.
You know what I mean? Like how, even for a person that's out there as much as yourself, how would you say you kind of combat that and deal with that kind of anxiety?
Just telling Tamika, my homegirl Tanisha, the other day, like one of the best quotes my mom ever gave me ever in life is the worst thing a person can say is no. Like I literally, whenever I start to feel that little tingling, you get that little tingling feeling like, oh shit, I gotta do this shit.
That shit, and I don't know if it happened with you, but my mom told me the same thing, and it was in reference to asking a girl out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It had to do with a woman.
That's when they kick in the overdrive, bro. Yeah. Let's just start flaming in your chest. Your heart start beating extra fast for no reason.
Yeah.
But every time I feel that feeling, bro, every time I just say that in my brain, like literally the worst thing they can say is no. They ain't gonna punch you in the face. They're not gonna stab you. They're not gonna shoot you. You're not gonna get fired. Like, and they say no. So that's what I literally tell myself whenever I have a new idea that I want to connect with somebody else on, or even something so much as like actually guests on the show. There's been a few guests that maybe just a couple actually that I didn't know super tight, but I met in a certain setting, like Dogon. We're not super tight, but I met him in the setting of the Afrofuturistic panel discussion. And like that shit, when that whole thing transpired, something just clicked. And I was a little nervous by asking him because, like I said, I see how a lot of people, I'm sure, approach him sideways.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I really want to ask him? But it's like, nigga, why wouldn't you ask him? Like, is he gonna curse you out for asking him? Like, what's gonna happen? So, same thing with going to the and then another thing is just doing shit by yourself. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we don't want to do stuff because we don't have somebody to go with us, or we want somebody to go with us. And then what ends up happening a lot of times is you end up attaching yourself to that person.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So why do you and Greg always make fun of me for going to the movies by myself?
I don't make fun of you for going to the movies by yourself. No. Only thing I make fun of is the fact that you like go hella early.
You like gotta catch them that day. What you mean? What you mean?
So it's just funny the picture you like, because I know you sneaking food in too.
Bro, no, don't. Come on, man. Don't do me like that.
But they Rico ain't gonna watch it.
Don't do me like that, baby.
That's the only funny part about it. I ain't gonna say the worst part. The worst time you ever stuck food in, I ain't gonna put you on blast for that one.
Bro, when I stuck that Chinese food in there?
I was gonna say the Zaxby's and the damn underwear and shit.
Bro, you gotta get it in however you can, man.
That's the only thing I make fun of, but other than that, nah, bro, by all means, go to the movies by yourself. Unless it's a Marvel movie. You better not go to a Marvel movie without us. It would be Chad. But, no, but you really, like I said, when you go with people, like, you end up attaching yourself to that person.
Yeah.
You end up caring about how they feel about the situation. If they end up not liking it, and you feel guilty for keeping them there. But, like, if you go by yourself, like, you ain't got nobody to worry about. You just do you. You get to meet new people without, and especially if your friend don't get to meet new people or make friends like that, you ain't got to worry about them feeling a certain type of way. You just literally just get to do you.
Yeah.
Just, like,
that's liberating in itself.
It's completely liberating, man. Like, and it's just like it'll teach you new things about yourself. It'll teach you how to just connect with people without needing help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we get surprised. You'd be surprised how much you need help from other people to meet new people. Like, think about the last party somebody invited you to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you walk in there, if you ain't know nobody there, what's the first thing you do?
You gotta gravitate to your own crowd. Or you just shut the fuck up. You go in the corner. Oh yeah. You said if you ain't know nobody,
yeah. If you don't know nobody, you find that person that invited you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, bro, what's going on, man? You stand next to them, and they hit you with that, hey man, I'll be right back, and they go disappear.
They go ghost
for like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah,
it's just annoying. So no, bro, just go by yourself, and you never know what's gonna happen, man. Like you never know who has similar interests, who has the connection that you're looking for. That's what happened with a great thing. You just never know, man. You just gotta go. You really just gotta do it.
Yeah. So, biggest takeaway from the New York trip?
What was that? Biggest takeaway, definitely just put the power behind words, man. Realize that you're not meant to live the life of going to work, and if you go to school, go to school. You got kids, take care of your kids. Go sleep for like a couple hours, and then go to work again. Get out of this whole like I gotta live for the weekend shit. Like it drives me. I understand it, but it drives me crazy when people just like, couple more days till Friday. Couple more days, you gotta just hang in there till Friday. And it's like, bro, if you living for the weekend, like you know how fast that weekend blazes by. Like, that's it. Like you wake up, bro. Like
that shit really like a day and a half, bro. Cause
it is.
That shit trash.
I don't even count Sunday night, because Sunday night is recovery. Like it's like you're getting your mind right. Like do what you want to do all week, man. Like do something what you want to do. You might not be able to be out like that, but
yeah,
if you want, like say if you want to do poetry or something like that, like you can be writing during the week.
Yeah,
and then during the weekend, perform and stuff. But more than anything, realize that you weren't born to be, I don't want to say complacent, but just you weren't born to be satisfied on like the minimal level. Like you're born to be as successful and happy as you want to be.
Yeah.
Right. So it's up to you though to achieve that by any means necessary. So if it takes you going on like a trip to some place that you don't know nobody, like be safe about it. But literally, to get Charlemagne in these streets. But literally make a day. Make a game plan and just do the shit, man. And it's gonna be scary. You're gonna want to talk yourself out of it. And that's one more thing. Surround yourself with like-minded people who will push you to do that thing as well.
Yeah.
Because you got friends that they ain't do shit with their life, so they're not trying to push you. You can be like, hey, man, I want to go to New York. What you gonna go to New York for? Like, what you gonna do? Take pictures?
I mean, you don't know nobody.
You don't know nobody.
You don't know nobody.
What you gonna like?